Right, welcome to behind the scenes of Flight of the Pterosaur. Now we've been really lucky today because we've already done Storm Chaser and Cobra as the day's gone on. So a massive thank you to Gary and the engineers. I mean, honestly, the engineers, incredible, absolutely incredible time that they've given me today, and I honestly can't thank them enough. So Flight of the Pterosaur is where we're heading now. Now all the engineers have said that this is their favourite coaster to work on. They said the Vekoma setup on Flight of the Pterosaur is incredible, the way it comes together. So we're really excited to see it, aren't we? Really excited to see. I actually can't wait. Right, last ride of the day has taken place. So we are in. We've ridden this a few times today. Oh, that's unfortunate. Someone's going to miss that. And here we are.
More people anticipate here. Please feel free to walk around, have a look at the train. I'm Ben, that's Mark, and Jordan is somewhere. Ask us any questions you want. Between us, we'll be able to answer them. What we'll do in a little while, we'll go around to the base of the lift, we'll go and have a look around the helix. So anything you want to see, anything you want to know, please just shout.
Right, here we go. Right, so we looked at the control panel earlier for Cobra. That was quite interesting because that's got block brakes. I'm guessing this doesn't have block brakes.
No.
Because it doesn't need it.
No, it does have magnetic brakes as it comes in.
Yeah.
So it's just basically to slow it down as it comes into the station, and then uses the motors to slow it down for the final. Just comes in.
That's what it does, and just comes in. So can you tell on here whether they're down and locked?
So at the moment, what we're looking at is so all the lights around the outside are saying that the bars are up, so that's saying they're all green. So the ride's got to see that the bars have been up and down, so they've got to cycle. So even if you're going to stay on the ride, we need to just cycle the bars up and down. So the outside's green to say that they're up, it's red in the middle to say that they haven't been down. But as soon as we put the lap bars down, that will go green, unless there's an issue, and then it'll stay red. But then that gives us the identification for which seats at fault. And then once it's all green, we're all good to go.
Happy days. So as you can see, obviously you've got exit gates, operator gates and everything like that, which are all done automatically.
Yep, so restraints. So for the restraint, we've got to put it in auto mode. So as the ride comes in, so if the ride comes to a stop, all the lap bars will release. Or we can leave it in lock mode, it will leave locked down. Or if we can manually put it into unlock if we want to stay up. So at the moment in unlocked, if someone tried pushing it down, it would not go down. So when you're trying to get guests on, you can leave it in the up position. So if you've got children trying to get in, pull them down, it's easier to have it so they're staying up while you're getting people positioned.
And what would you use manual mode for?
So manual mode is basically for us we can override things. So when you're looking at it in the morning, if we need to move the train out of the station and onto the lift, so we need to do an inspection of all the motors and the brakes and everything. So we put it into manual mode, and then basically there's a maintenance mode. Just inside here we need another key switch. It will then alarm at you saying you're doing something you shouldn't, because you're overriding some of the safety features and you've got to acknowledge that. It will then alarm again, say, are you 100% sure that you want to do this? I mean, there's a huge amount of safety features on the ride, which is absolutely amazing what there is to basically keep you safe. So we've got on here, so you can see station lift, so here's the track layout. It doesn't monitor the train round the track, so it only monitors it on the lift, and as soon as it's out on the track, it's free flowing until it comes back in onto the station. We can actually go individually into the train, so if we've got a fault with one of the lap bars, we can lock it down and we can overrule that lap bar to and ignore that. Each lap bar's got two independent safety systems on it, so two independent locks. We will test these on a weekly basis. So this one here, you've got unlocked restraints left and right. So we can then, again, you've got to go into maintenance. It won't allow you to do anything unless it's in maintenance mode and override safe features. We'll then put that on to unlock left. We'll then go over to each lap bar, give it a really good tug, just make sure it's not going to come up, so it's holding on that one restraint. We'll then switch it over to the right and then do exactly the same, go through. So you're making sure that both are fully locked down.
So you don't often get a close look at sort of the trains and everything. These Vekomas are stunning. So this is really a newer version of Vampire, dare we say. You've got the hydraulic sort of swings and all the wheels and everything out there. Now we are allowed to walk out and have a look around the helix area. So this is definitely not an area you can usually come and have a little walk around in. Proper unique view of the coaster. Yeah. You can even touch it, and you can see as well where they grease the wheels. So they grease the wheels on Storm Chaser, don't they? And you can see they obviously do it on here as well because there's grease on the track which picks up some of the debris. We have the animatronic. I've been greased. And it's all these little details, because when you're on the ride you don't see that animatronic dinosaur, but of course when you stand in here you do. So not everything is done for being on ride, but yeah, this is really quite something, this helix down. And here is the base of the lift hill. So I think this is a tyre driven lift hill? Yes, it is a tyre driven lift hill. And you can see all the motors are sort of labelled independently as they go up. Right, so there is no maintenance shed. If you're looking for a maintenance shed, you're not going to find it here. Now, obviously they do checks, daily checks as you'd expect. That's all done in the station. He did say that once a month a cherry picker is put up to the lift hill. All these backs are taken off and everything is checked, greased. But at the end of the season, when they're ready to do annual checks, they basically take a couple of cars off at a time and they're taken back to the main workshop to be stripped down. It's not not something that's done here, so no heavy maintenance is done in here. It's all done back at the workshop. It's just weird. It's really weird. I'm not going to put it down because they were practicing locking it earlier, so I don't want to get stuck. Ooh, so there's the compressor.
So this is about as much workshop as we've got for the ride, so nowhere to difficult places to store tools and equipment, some of the evac stuff.
Spare wheels, the trusty manual.
Trusty manual, yeah.
There you go, suspended family coaster is what Vekoma put it as. You can see these, the air coming out of these, so these are all the electrics for the ride. Spare part, bolts, wheels, rubber wheels, brake fins. I'm guessing they're detachable on this one. And you can see a difference as well between one that's obviously been used and one that's brand new. So we've got the hydraulic dates there. And through electrical parts. So you do hear things about drive tyre rides. He said actually they don't go through very many drive tyres. He said Velociraptor to go through quite a few because of the force of train, because actually it's held, isn't it, on the lift hill, which this one isn't. But again, just to get close and see sort of the electrics as you come in. Actual chassis, and again, just how new these look. I mean, this is what, 5+ years old now? You just wouldn't think it. You would genuinely think this opened this year, looking at it. Right, there we go, behind the scenes of Flight of the Pterosaur. Again, massive thank you to the park, not only for inviting us, but for putting on this. They don't have to do it. The engineers have been absolutely incredible, as have everyone else we've come across today. Really hope you've enjoyed them. All 3 of them will be on the site. Keep an eye out for them. If you like the behind the scenes, and you know I like my behind the scenes, close season for me, that's where it's at. We'll see you next time.